so that the preaching of the gospel would be on fertile ground. And I could also say, just in the small little bit that I know, that Asa Mahan, who we have books of, had a close relationship with Finney. And there were other revivalists that were running with Finney that had linked their hearts with Finney and were causing a great ruckus in New England. All that to say, I believe that everything is in the context of covenant. I don't think that God ever does anything outside of the context of covenant and agreement. And even in the small chance that he would do something outside of covenant and outside of agreement, there is always first and foremost the covenant and agreement with the Lord. So he never, ever, ever does anything outside of the context of covenant and outside the context of agreement. And that's why, one thing I really desire, and this is what I want to hammer, and I'm going to hammer this, for 3 months. And if we get to the end of 3 months, Amber, and we're still not in covenant, I'm going to probably hammer it again. Because I'm starting to see the great value and the great significance of covenant. That we can't accomplish anything without covenant. It's all just dead air. Gordon could come and teach the most amazing message, but unless it's received well, it means nothing. I could preach my heart out, but unless it's received well, it means nothing. Unless it falls on fertile ground, it means nothing. It just dies. Great message, Eddie, totally swept away. Totally taken by the birds of prey, got sun scorched, and all those seeds that you just scattered are nothing. And I believe that the most fertile ground is inside the power of covenant and inside the power of covenant agreement. I tell this story a lot, but again, I'll hammer it until, because God spoke to me so significant. I was in Boston for 40 days, and like Gordon, you have these seasons of your life that dramatically change and alter the way you think forever. And when he was in Nashville, he had one of those experiences. When I was in Boston, I had one of those experiences. And just to let you know, you have the opportunity, especially Amber, of entering into this place and having one of those experiences. And you can walk away from this and say, I was in the presence of God 12 to 18 hours a day. It was amazing what I learned in that 3 months to 6 months to however long you're here. It was incredible the amount of revelation that I caught. And I had one of those experiences in Boston. And we were in the house of prayer for probably, I would say I was never in the house of prayer for any less than 12 hours. Maybe there was a few here and there that I was, but 12 hours a day, I was never in the house of prayer any less than that. It's probably more like 14 to 16 hours a day. And I don't say that to boast, but I say we were in intense intercession for the spirit of humanism and for the revelation of humanism and for the spirit of abortion to be broken and for the Islamic spirit to be broken, for the spirit of Islam to be broken. We were just in intense intercession. And you start to go into a season like that for long enough, and it starts to wear, literally on your mortal frame. But it literally starts to wear on you. Obviously, 12 hours a day, you think, well, you're just sitting there. It's emotionally, spiritually, physically draining. And so there was one day, I'll never forget it, where I literally told my spirit man, I remember this so clearly, there was one day out of 40 that I told my spirit man, rest. Don't go, don't do this, you've earned it. You've earned the right and the privilege to rest. Just lay down and just check out, escape. Escape from reality, escape. Just watch a movie, but I wasn't watching a movie, I was watching it in my head as I sat down on the pews and just checked out of, anything. And all of a sudden, after probably about 45 minutes of just sitting on the pews, just like not even caring about anything, all of a sudden I look up and everybody is checked out. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? Like nobody's engaged, nobody cares. It's like, what in the world is going on? And then Chris Berglund, one of Lou's Covenant brothers, preaches that night, and he stands up and he says, if you decide not to enter in, that's your prerogative, but know that you are affecting the entire movement. You are affecting everything. And your choice not to enter in affects us all. Oh God, okay, here we go again. Start your engines, here we go again.